Welcome to the Terror Dome, ladies and gentlemen. Beef Wine and Shenanigans is back, and not
Yay!
a moment too soon, because someone outside of Instagram has to document the end of civilization as we know it. Hey, while we're
Looking back,
still,
back again.
allowed the whole free speech thing, um, I'm Stephen Van Patten. And as always, when you watch an episode of Beef Wine and Shenanigans, you catch me with my co-culprits, Denise Tapscott, Mark Abbott, and of course, Kirk Johnson. We're on a bit of an extended hiatus, as you may have noticed. I know some of you did. There were a lot of people in my inbox. A lot of you out there know part of our difficulties. Um, And for more on that, I'm just going to say that, well, one of us was having some health difficulties. And we basically decided that, it's sort of like it's sort of like a mix of let's all just take a mental health break and considering the hellscape that we have all found ourselves in shortly after Kirk's illness, we took that break, but we're back now, and we are ready to tackle some hard subjects and some lighthearted ones as well. But Kirk, for everybody that was concerned, and there was a lot of people actually that were reaching out. If they didn't reach out to you directly, they could, and that's because you don't exactly give your phone number to everybody. But they were certainly reaching out to me because I'm kind of easy to find, and there was a lot of concern, a lot of love, a lot of prayers. So for the
Yeah.
moment, the floor is yours as far as that goes. However you feel like discussing
Um,
that.
uh, um, in short, ladies and gentlemen, I suffered an aortic rupture, which means that my self-explanatory, I think, my aorta going straight to my heart, um, ruptured. It split. There was a break. Um, Blood not getting to my heart from my aorta right coming right here. So, it happened at night, in the street because I be in the streets. So it happened like that.
Oh, my
Uh,
stars.
You were at work and went
I
out
was at
for
work.
a
Why you
cigarette
calling
break
me? Come on, man. You calling out my story, man. I'm trying
because you
to.
ain't Dolomite.
'Cause I ain't trying to be Dolomite. He had a bad afro, bad poetry, bad man. He was like, yeah.
Bad poetry.
Anyway,
In the street.
bad poetry, bad. Well, the poetry was pretty good, but everything else was bad. Fashion sense, everything was bad. But yeah, so collapsed. Lucky enough, I was close to my second job, and the facility manager, um, who was a great person. I don't say her name. Joanne Castano was awesome. I love her. She, I was able to get a contact with her. She got the ambulance. We all, took me to the get surgery that night.
Wow.
Yep, Steve was there because
Mhm.
that's my N word. And and yeah, and that happened. So got incision here, got incision here, and it took a while to recover. And I'm to be honest, I'm actually still recovering in terms of muscle and my blood pressure is actually pretty well. It's
Oh,
maintaining,
nice.
and I'm in a better place than I was when I was in them streets. But thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for your concern and thank you for the prayers and the well wishing. Really appreciate it. Um, that it was a moment in time, and it's still a journey for me right now. Um, because you know what? One thing I did discover that we are all not too good for therapy.
Hmm. Hmm.
Therapy will help you get along, and shit, I needed that. I need a bunch of niggas in your chest like that. You got to talk to some. You need to talk to somebody.
Yeah.
All types of strange motherfuckers fumbling in your chest. You got to talk to somebody after that.
Yeah.
So that's what happened in October, November, January, February, just recovering. And I'm feeling better, doing a lot better. And thank you, Beef Wine and Shenanigans, for your support. Steve, Mark, right there,
Hmm.
Denise. I
Hmm.
felt the love. I felt the love. Um, yeah, yeah. And like I said,
Well,
just my biggest thing right now is just smoking. I can't smoke, don't smoke, and that
Wow.
shit is hard.
Wow.
That shit is hard.
can't smoke, won't smoke.
I'll
Can't
be
smoke.
honest with you.
Oh,
I slipped up once or twice,
Mm.
but I ain't gonna front. I did slip up once or twice, but for real, that shit is hard. That shit ain't easy.
Mm.
Them niggas knew what they were doing when they made cigarettes.
Oh yeah, no, no.
Yeah.
That
All right.
mhm.
shit, we could talk about that
Yeah.
all
And I'm
night. The
glad.
history of,
Hmm.
you know, nicotine addiction and all the other additives and the other shit that you can't pronounce that they don't talk about anyway.
Hmm.
Yeah,
There you
dude.
go.
You
But
know,
yeah, thank you all.
but
Thank you
yeah,
all.
and we're just happy you're okay.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
Back in them streets.
Back in the streets.
In them streets. That nigga for the streets.
uh,
You can take him out of the streets, but you can't take the street out of him.
yeah.
Out of here, you all right?
That
Where
guy.
you at, Where you at, Glorilla?
As long as it's the street next to New York Presbyterian, I guess.
Right.
You
Yeah,
know,
right.
I guess
Mount
it's
Sinai.
fine.
Oh no. Mark's
Oh,
on the
that's right. It was Mount
PTSD.
Sinai. You were
The
right.
Sinai, yeah.
It was Mount
You know
Sinai.
them
That's
niggas charged me for the ambulance too.
Yeah.
you live in
Yeah.
Charge
America,
you for
dude. Like,
everything.
do you did you really think? Did
I was
you
too busy
really think?
suffering. I was too busy bleeding at my chest, so
Yeah.
I wasn't. We really couldn't think of just getting an Uber.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, you know they actually switched. You switched hospitals.
Yeah. Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
So that was
I
part
Oh.
of
know.
it. Because the
I
first
know.
hospital I went to find you, you wasn't there. And by the
Oof.
time I got to the hospital, this is kind of
Mhm.
funny. Um, I had chicken from the CBS stagehands, chicken and donuts, I should
Chicken
say,
and dimples.
because
Right.
their thing was obviously Kirk wasn't gonna eat that shit, but
Right.
obviously the stagehands were thinking about your family,
Hmm.
you know. So they were like, yeah, it's probably gonna be like family in the hospital. Here, take this. And like, okay, so I had a bag of chicken and donuts. I had the bag that you left, your bag
Yeah. Yep.
that you had left at CBS. I
Mm.
also had my bag,
Oh
Right.
gosh.
which is usually like heavy enough to be like, some Gunga Din shit.
Hmm.
So I get to the
He carries
hospital,
like
it's
Thor's hammer in that bag.
basically.
Right.
Uh so I get to the hospital, and of course there's the usual we have no idea what you're talking about type thing.
Right.
Then they figure out, what happened. And the sweetest little old lady security guard, she comes up to me at one point and she's like, "Oh, baby, all you got to do is walk out here and take the number 58 bus," or whatever the hell. And I was like, "You clearly do not know me at all." Because
Mhm.
it's like, I got all this. You think me, this bougie nigga here, you
Mhm.
think I'm getting on a bus?
No,
Crazy.
no.
Right.
Crazy. So
No.
I get to the hospital, and again, they know you're in the building somewhere, but they
Right.
don't know where to send me. Oh my god, it was so crazy.
Oof,
Um
Damn.
man.
um and then I got to meet your family.
Right. Yeah.
You
Nice.
know, definitely not under the best of circumstances. Um,
Well,
but
circumstances be what they.
circumstances being what they were, and of course, the
Mhm.
funny thing is, um, they were all like, "Oh, Steve," and I'm like, "Wait, how the hell?" And then I had to think, like, "Oh, right, because I have a podcast with your son." Yes.
Right.
Um,
And
so
that's
I'd
probably my
imagine,
sister too.
yeah. So
Yeah.
so that's yeah, that was funny because I at this
Wow.
point I was kind of feeling a ways, and then that kind of cheered me up a little bit, like, oh, okay.
Right.
So,
We know who you
um,
are.
so shout out to the Johnson family,
Yeah.
lovely, lovely people. Um, and I can only imagine because I know you spent a little time at your mom's after you got out of the hospital.
Yeah.
So I can imagine that foot was gently placed in ass, but placed nonetheless. Um,
Man, it was good actually because me and my mom we have an understanding because I'm rebellious to a fault.
mm,
So you try to do foot and ass and sergeant shit on me, I'm a buck. But
Mm.
we had a great talk when I came back, and so we had like an understanding, and I softened up my side, she softened up her side, and we
Oh,
worked together. And
nice.
she got me to do medication in the morning and start doing my BP, my blood pressure in the morning and shit like that. So
Mm.
it was a good call.
okay.
It was a good
Nice.
call. We had some good.
Nice.
It was a good time. It was, if anything else, it brought us closer together, and we weren't really that tight before.
Mm.
So
Wow.
But
yeah, so that was a good thing.
that is a good thing. And it's my understanding that your mother is actually a registered nurse. Yes.
Yes,
Oh, wow.
yes,
Right.
yes. That's yes. Every yeah, there's a lot of Caribbean nurses in New York. She was one of them. Remember Naked City? There are 8 million stories in Naked City.
Yeah.
There are
Mhm.
eight. There are 8 million Caribbean nurses in the Naked City.
Oh my God.
My mom is one of them.
Mhm. Dun, 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 dun.
Facts.
Dun, dun, dun,
Exactly.
dun.
Exactly. That's
Oh gosh.
Just the facts, man. We just want the
just got the
facts.
Just
facts.
debugs, just debugs.
Oh shit.
Give me let me see your blood pressure. Yeah, I'll take some blood from you today, Mr. Johnson. Shit. I shit you
No,
not though. They know how to find a vein.
Mhm.
I had like 5 people try to come. I had 5 people one night literally coming to find a vein. They could not find my vein,
Oh
lateral vein.
gosh.
I got stuck so many times. I felt like fucking Moby Dick. I got stuck so many times. Like, God damn. It was bad.
Ooh-wee.
But the Caribbean
Oh,
nurses knew where to find it. They were like, fine. They were like, yep, got you, got you, got you. I was like, all
wow.
right. Yeah,
can't
Nice.
go down with 3 battles, not with 3. Oh shit.
exactly. That shit was like Scrubs at one point.
Oh God. Not
Wait,
not
are you?
scrubs.
Yes. They was having a good time. I wasn't.
That's terrible.
Oh my stars.
That was it.
I mean, I think we've all. I know I have. I guess I probably can't speak for you know Mark and Denise on this one, but I think
Right.
we've all. A lot of people, let's say, have experienced that moment where you're actually with like a student nurse or,
Yeah.
or something along those lines,
Yeah.
whose assignment is to draw your blood or do something that is normally rather basic, but it turns out to not be so basic.
Yep.
Um, and several alcohol swabs later,
Gosh.
uh, you know,
Yeah. I had so
That
many
sounds like
tracks
a
in my arms.
nightmare.
I had so
Oh.
many tracks in my arms. I thought I was heroin addict after a while.
exactly.
Oh no.
I was like, "Are you an
Her-
addict, Mr. Johnson?"
You
No,
look
y'all niggas can't find a vein.
you be looking like a 1950s jazz musician.
Kirk turned into your boy from The Thing. Come, give me the needle. You're gonna break
Give
the
me
end
the
off. No, 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 no,
No, no.
no, Doc.
no doubt.
He's doing
Right,
just
right,
fine. It's like,
right.
let
Oh
me do it. You're gonna break the needle.
man, that reminded me of the Starsky and Hutch when Hutch when they there was an episode where somebody got Hutch strung out on heroin. They just kept shooting him with heroin just to frame him up. And
Oh
Starsky
shit.
Mhm.
found him and roll back his arm. And I was young, so I was like, "Oh, what's going on?" I just see a whole bunch of dots in his in his vein. I was like, "Holy shit, what's that about?" And then after I got all that, so I was like, "Oh, that's what that was about." They shot that poor boy up with heroin.
Oh my
Yes.
God.
Yeah. Starsky and Hutch,
Mm-mm.
baby.
This Starsky and Hutch moment was brought to you by Kurt Johnson.
Ding.
Right. We
Now I
should
know
always have
what
a
it was
Starsky and
about.
Hutch moment.
This Starsky and Hutch moment.
I'll keep the Antonio
That's
Fargas to
Wonder
myself,
Girl.
though.
Oh.
This Starsky and Hutch moment brought to you by Caribbean Nurses.
You're right. 8 million Caribbean nurses in Naked City. Your mom might be one of them.
I just, I'll just do the laugh freeze.
Oh,
Where the
And
credits roll.
Oh my
don't call me
God.
Shirley. Don't call me Shirley.
you're right.
Oh shit.
Oh my. Oh my.
Mm-mm.
Uh,
Boy,
yeah.
listen, boy, have you ever seen a grown man naked?
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Roger, Roger.
Roger.
What's our vector,
Victor,
Victor?
Victor.
Victor,
We have clearance, Clarence.
Clarence.
Roger.
Anyone
Roger.
under the age of 40 that's listening to this now,
Right.
we are
Has no
referencing
idea.
the movie Air. No idea. We are referencing a movie called Airplane, which you're going to have to find on Paramount Plus or one of those streaming services because
Yeah.
it's not going to be on network television anytime soon. I can tell you that.
And then the
Mm.
dinosaurs came.
Exactly.
Funny
Not
enough,
John. Not
and
Well,
Johnny.
that's oh my God, that brings me. I'm gonna. I know we said we were gonna talk about politics and our basic frustration and all that, but
yeah.
I do want to revisit something because I went down a trailer rabbit hole recently, and I don't know if you guys know this, but there is yet another freaking Jurassic Park movie.
Yes.
Oh,
Scarlett Johansson.
Yes,
Yes.
with Scarlett Johansson.
Yes.
doing what?
Well, what does one
Fighting
do?
dinosaurs?
What does one do in a Jurassic Park movie?
Yeah, what does one do?
Run from
They're not
dinosaurs?
having tea.
Right. Yes, exactly.
They should be.
Can you
They
imagine
should be.
that? T with Velociraptors. Hello, Bartholomew. How are you?
I'm just saying they should be.
Lovely,
honk,
Harriet.
honk, honk, honk.
Like
Yes,
running,
the
running from
Darjeeling is
dinosaurs.
rather taut this morning,
Mhm.
isn't it?
Right.
Would
No.
you
Chai
like some
tea.
crumpets with that?
I
Yeah,
had some TT. Yes.
yeah. I guess if I was gonna have tea with a Velociraptor, it should be chai. That makes sense. Anyway, so yeah, there's a Jurassic Park movie,
Mhm.
and
Dark.
here, and we're going to go back for a minute to a complaint I have made before,
Mm.
and I apparently need to make again.
Okay.
After the first two movies, why the fuck are children still in the vicinity of these dinosaurs? And yes, the reason I'm saying this is because there's a child in the trailer. Now this shit just isn't funny anymore. Like,
Wait. You sure the plot isn't like convoluted murder noir? Like we got to kill the kids and get their money. Like the grandparents had died, left all the money to the kids, and the and the aunt and uncle are like, we can get rid of the kids if we just go to Jurassic Park.
and you know, that would almost make sense
Yes.
Given the fact
Instead of Knives Out, it's Dinosaurs Out.
it's dinosaurs out, right? Exactly.
Dinosaurs.
I'm so sick of it. I'm
Oh my
personally
gosh.
I'm tired of it because all it is this like emotional little drag. It's like, oh, look, little Penelope somehow stowed away on the boat. You don't know, like how? Oh my God, like I I'm genuinely frustrated.
Mhm.
Genuinely frustrated. Like if you accidentally took a child somewhere where there was one dinosaur, you should never
Yes,
be allowed near children again. That is if you survive the
absolutely,
fucking thing in the first place.
Right.
absolutely.
If you and a child even survive,
Hmm.
Yeah.
yeah, you should have you you should be sterilized. I'm gonna come out and say it.
Did you see the
I
most recent Wolfman? Because
I
there's a kid in that.
did. There's a kid in that
There's
too, but
another Wolfman.
There's a kid in that too.
there's a kid in that too, and
Thumbs down, man.
and it
Oh
and
shit!
so
Uh,
so Denise, why don't you tell us how you felt about the whole movie? I know you just brought it
But
up, so
Wolfman,
yeah,
that
please.
movie was trash. Trash, trash, trash. Oh my God. So the beginning, okay, I enjoyed the beginning, like the little setup. That was cool. But stuff was you can feel like it was like deliberate. Like, why am I looking at this? I'm trying not to do spoilers, not that it matters.
sure.
Um, but you're watching the beginning and you're like, this is gonna be significant somehow. And then at the end of the movie, you're like, yeah, of course, there's a thing. And then there's that thing, and like, oh, and I know who that is. Trash, 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 trash. Um, I didn't like how there was like no real transformation. It's like there's the husband, and then he's attacked, and then he's just sick. Oh, daddy's sick, daddy's sick. But he never really fully turns into like a wolf. The whole time he's just swollen and his eyes are weird and he can see but he can't. I don't it's just I hated it. I hated
Is
it
that
so
the one with
much.
Jon Snow?
No. He
No,
looks like Jon
Okay,
Snow, but
okay.
yeah, no, I just hated it.
and it's a young lady from. I didn't know we were gonna get into this, so I
Ozark.
forgot
From
the young
Ozark.
lady from
Yeah.
Ozark.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't remember her real name.
I remember really but she played Ruth
Yes,
on
yes,
Ozark.
yes, yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I hated
And
that
I
movie
mean,
so
Mhm.
much.
all right. So you
Mhm.
know about me and flashes of brilliance. So I will say she was good.
She was good.
Okay.
Acting wise, I thought she was pretty on point.
Yeah.
Um I actually
The
kind
daughter
of
was annoying.
oh God. Oh, that's like unchecked little kid on the subway annoying, but for two
Yeah.
hours. Like
2 hours.
bad.
Oh,
What's wrong with daddy? What's wrong with daddy?
Jeez.
Man, if you don't get out of my face.
And not
Yeah.
to right.
damn, that's
And the thing
It was
is,
long.
and the
bad.
thing is, it's 2025. You can't just smack a kid and tell them shut up like our parents did us.
Right,
Um,
Correct.
right.
Correct.
so
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
Yeah.
you know, like my mother would have got me through a horror movie because the second I would have said backhand,
Hmm.
Mm.
Hmm.
backhand, you'd have heard like all kinds of
Mm.
sonic rings falling out of me and
Cling,
shit.
cling, cling, cling,
Um,
cling, cling, cling.
you know, get over
Yeah.
here, boy. It's like okay, shit. Yeah. Um, sorry. But
Cling, cling, cling. You had flashbacks.
I sure did.
Right,
But
right.
I mean,
Triggered.
they're flashes anyway. Body blow, body blow. Anyway, so yeah, I thought the I thought this was clever. I thought the whole, he's sitting there and he's trying to um they're trying to talk to each other, and then all of a sudden the transformation takes him so deep that he can't understand a word.
Yeah.
And I feel like when I'm talking to my cat, that's kind of how I feel. Like she's looking at me, like along with the, if I was a little bigger, I'd probably fuck you up. But yeah, there's right,
Yeah. Yeah.
exactly. So I thought that was sort of clever, but the rest of the movie was, I mean, you definitely don't see anything different.
No.
Um, which you hear Blumhouse is going to do a werewolf movie. It's like, oh shit, okay.
Yeah.
Um, and I got the subtext, of course, that it's sort of like this exploration or an analogy even of just like the whole domestic violence generational curse thing and all that. But once
Um,
you're done absorbing that, then it's like, all right, this is kind of like, I don't know, this just needs more.
yeah.
um I mean, I don't know if a full-blown transformation, aka a better bigger budget might have helped. um because
I
because
need a bigger budget.
it does kind of look
Yeah.
like they started making a werewolf and then they kind of ran out of fur or some shit.
Yeah. Like
I
for
mean,
real.
I'm
Well,
not
we have more
sure.
latex. Just put more latex on him. Yeah, let's do that. Make him sweaty.
Yes,
Okay.
yes,
You said
yes,
more
yes.
latex, more latex.
Yeah. We have some in the back. Let's use more of that. Like,
Right.
yeah.
And when you do something like that, though, you got to take into consideration stuff people have already seen.
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
like
That's
Yeah.
true. Yeah.
American Werewolf in London, of course,
Yeah.
which is I'd say one of the gold standards.
Mm-hmm.
The Howling,
The Howling,
Mm-hmm.
another one.
Marsha Quist, Jay
Mhm.
Quist,
Eddie.
Eddie. Yeah, it's like fuck. Like I genuinely felt bad for that woman, to tell you the truth. So the Howling. Even what was that Margot Hemingway Bad Moon?
Mm,
Ever saw Bad
Mm.
Moon?
that was a
Um,
good one.
Bad Moon, and that werewolf was a convincing looking werewolf.
Mm.
Hmm.
Um,
Dog
yeah,
soldiers.
Dog
Dog
Soldiers,
Soldiers, right?
Oh, wow.
Dog
Was Bad Moon the
Soldiers.
one with Mario Van Peebles?
No, you're
It was one with Marvin Peebles.
thinking,
Oh,
yeah, but and that wasn't Dog Soldiers, but it was another like
yeah.
it was
Fuck,
another
I don't
like
remember.
military but with
Hmm.
werewolves kind of thing.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not remembering the title, but I can almost see the VHS box in my head.
Yes, yeah, yeah,
Because that was a while ago.
Yeah.
Um, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, and that's the thing.
Wow.
It's like people are expecting pushed out snouts, you
Hmm.
know,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and
Fur.
fur. People are
Mm-hmm.
expecting fur. I'm sorry. They're
Yeah.
expecting fur. PETA is not involved. They're
No.
expecting fur.
Yeah.
Um, you know, and not for nothing. And I'm curious to know how Mark feels about this. Some of the best looking werewolves and transformations. Van Helsing, the movie.
Ooh.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah, I can agree to that.
And they
Hmm.
and they gave you all flavors too, because
Hmm.
you start with I think you start with a brown, and then you get a silver, and
Hmm.
then
Hmm.
you get Van Helsing himself turning into full blown.
We'll even Benicio del Toro.
Oh
yeah.
yeah,
Oh,
That's a
yeah.
great werewolf
Anthony
film.
Yeah.
Anthony
Anthony
And
Hopkins.
Anthony
Yeah,
Hopkins.
Hopkins,
Yeah.
yeah,
yes.
yeah.
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 Another exploration into the abusive father thing.
There
Right.
you go.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. And those two looked. Those were like
Mm.
Yeah.
those were
Wow.
they were a
Wow.
homage to the old Lon
Mm-hmm.
Chaney thing,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
but at the
Mm-hmm.
same time, just like real thorough visually and frightening and
Yeah.
frightening as fuck.
Hmm.
Oh,
Yeah,
That
yeah, for
was.
sure.
yeah.
Yeah.
But that
So
ain't Wolfman 2025.
No.
no.
No. Wait for it to come on streaming. You can like hate watch it. Yeah.
Right.
If you dare.
Hate watch
He
it.
said, hate watch it if you
She
did.
sure did. She sure did. Hate
Oh,
If
watch it.
yeah.
you
Um,
if you did.
If you dare.
and since we're talking about stuff we love, um, you know, uh, because we've been going a while. Hey, so
Mhm.
Nosferatu.
Oh man, that was so good. So okay, well I'll say this though, because when I saw it in the theater,
Mhm.
when the movie was over, and I live in an picnic neighborhood.
Right.
Someone asked me what I thought of the movie, and I said, from a horror fan perspective, it was a great, great movie. If you were there to watch it for vampires, then you're going to be disappointed because it's not what you think it is. It's not like the Francis
Right.
Ford Coppola Dracula. It's more like the Nosferatu, like the original. And a lot of people haven't seen Nosferatu
Mm-hmm.
in my neck of the woods. So
No
I
pun
loved
intended.
it. I thought it was great. The cinematography of Skarsgård, he was so creepy and so disturbing with the whole
Hmm.
yeah, I loved it. I loved it. So creepy, disturbing. I really enjoyed it. Highly recommend it.
Yes, yes, yes.
Acting
So
was
do
great.
I. So do I. Um, I want to say one of the things that took me aback a little bit.
Mhm.
The mustache was kind of like,
That
I
That's
mean,
right.
I
Yeah.
mean, it was kind of like, and I had the chance to actually go to a DGA screening at their theater where they were gonna
Ooh.
have the director, but I was like sick as a dog that day.
Oh.
So I couldn't go. But had I gone, I would have asked if that mustache thing was sort of like a nod to Vlad Tepes or Vlad the Impaler.
Mm.
Yeah,
Um,
right.
or was that because I read somewhere it's like, yeah, well, he is supposed to be a Romanian nobleman and all that other shit, but it's like, hey, no,
Yeah.
but nobody slapped a Ron Jeremy on him before, so it was just kind of like, I was like, oh shit, like that it
Right.
just took me by surprise. Let's just say like
It's
Mhm.
that.
like, it's like Invincible made it to the horror side.
Right.
Like,
Yes.
oh my God, is he a
Yeah.
Viltrumite? What the fuck is that? Such a magnificent stash. What are you doing?
Right. Oh my God.
there,
My
there's
word.
Oh my God.
there's Freddie Mercury, and then
Yes,
there's Nosferatu.
that's right. That nigga don't drink milk.
Nope.
He'll catch it all in his mustache.
My
He'll never get a drop.
gosh.
Oh my
Oh
God.
my gosh.
Well, here's my problem.
Mm.
Oh,
I'm still trying to figure out how you make this movie,
Mhm.
you present it to the audience,
Mhm.
Hmm.
and yet you fail to let the audience know that there is a popcorn box shaped like a coffin that you are not selling until the movie comes out. I have spent 3 months trying to find this damn popcorn box.
Oh no.
I'm tight.
Oh.
Great cinematography. Love the cast. I didn't get a popcorn box. That is a problem.
There's a problem.
the
That's a that
merch.
that. Oh, come on now. I need my merch.
Have you tried Etsy? Um,
Oh no.
But yes, and I've even tried eBay where people are trying to sell that thing for 400 damn dollars.
oh
I'm
Yeah.
not
God.
Oh
paying.
yeah, okay.
Oh,
Oh
100
God.
American dollars? Oh no.
Now, Steven, you know ain't no goddamn way I'm paying $400 for a fucking popcorn box.
Nope, because you're gonna need that $400 for eggs. So
There you.
Woo! Ding ding ding.
Duboquine. Steven, you know I ain't trying to sell. I ain't trying to buy no 400. I'm sorry.
$400.
Sorry. It's the surgery. The surgery
Oh,
fucked me up.
man.
he was probably talking. He's probably telling the nurses about you and Bokeem Woodbine in the hospital. Yo, my boy, when he gets here, you gonna know him because he gonna talk like Bokeem Woodbine.
And this is like, who's Bokeem Woodbine?
Right, exactly. Because we're
And
all in
that's why
the
you can't find my vein.
see.
Why you can't find my vein? Sorry. Okay. Yes.
But no
I look
disrespect,
forward
folks.
to it.
Y'all took care of him. Y'all took care of him. So
Yes,
Yeah,
you did.
yeah.
You did.
yeah.
Good. I'll have that on my list. Nosferatu.
Nosferatu. Yeah, it was good though. It was really
Yeah,
good.
yeah, yeah.
I wished it had won more at the Oscars, but the Oscars were trash this year. I'm very disappointed.
I,
I'll tell you this, I was surprised. And I know a lot of people have mixed feelings about this movie, but I was surprised Demi Moore didn't win for The Substance.
I was very surprised as well.
Um, I was surprised Cynthia Erivo walked out empty-handed.
I
Right.
was not that surprised because there's going to be a part two, so I expect that they'll probably sweep for part two.
Oh, okay. All
Yeah,
right. Okay.
yeah, yeah. I don't
Um,
think that Nora should have won for Best Picture. Best Picture? No, 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 no,
Nope.
no. Did anyone see Honora,
I
gentlemen?
gotta be honest, I did not.
Yeah, don't.
And normally I'm good with that. Like I somehow pull out of the ether that I should go see X, Y, and Z. Like for whatever reason, I don't even know why, because no one actually talked to me about it or anything. But that year,
Mm-hmm.
Parasite won. I had just
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
randomly saw it,
Okay,
Okay.
and I also kind of like, and
I
people
liked
were kind of
Parasite.
like, yeah, Parasite was actually great.
Yeah.
But the debate as to whether or not it was actually a horror movie, that kind of,
mhm.
I don't know. I'm kind of on the fence about all that. But overall, great film.
Yeah,
Um,
definitely.
but somehow I had magically, without even looking for it or whatever, I just magically ended up seeing it. I mean, I don't
Hmm.
even remember how. Might have just been like a DGA screener. Oh, let
That's what
me
I was
watch
thinking.
this real quick or some nonsense like
Yeah.
that.
So I saw it
But
as a SAG thing. Yeah.
right, exactly. So, it just it gets kind of worked out so that when, the announcement was made, I knew what people were talking about. It's like, oh, okay, dope.
Yeah.
This year I'm actually it was a little in the dark, but I had seen the substance, of course.
Yeah. I
Um,
saw that too.
Now don't get me wrong, I really respect what Demi Moore did as
Oh
far as
yeah.
the acting goes, but and I might be overreacting here, but I also feel like film people sometimes like to take digs at TV people.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
and one of those digs for me is the fact that she made it all the way to stage without
Hmm.
somebody noticing or saying something like that. That rang is bullshit to me. That it actually took me away.
Yeah.
The movie was doing great, and then
Yeah.
suddenly I was out.
Yeah. They should have
Mm.
just ended it like an hour and 30 and then just chopped it off. And then they could have put in the part with the star at the Walk of Fame. They did that at the end, as they
Right.
did in the beginning for a
Yeah.
balance.
Yeah.
But when
Yeah.
she got to stage and like all of that, that was just a waste of time. They had like extra money or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Which
did not like. Yeah.
could have been spent on something else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honora, not it's not an Oscar worthy movie. The movie is fine, but it's
Mhm.
like a darker version of Pretty Woman with
Oh,
an
word.
unhappy ending. Yeah. It
Oh.
was just yeah. I was like, nah. I was disappointed. I lost that time and I cannot get it back. Oh, yeah, that
Mm.
really sucks. There's some other like Conclave. Conclave was good.
Hmm.
Mhm.
But overall, the Oscars this year, I was disappointed. I was really disappointed. Yeah, and they didn't even acknowledge that Tony Todd had passed away in the in memoriam.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and of course, I didn't even like. I saw it online, and I was like, "Oh yeah, that's right. They didn't even have him on there." Just, uh,
Not
I'm usually a
cool.
huge fan.
Not cool. Of
Yeah,
Not
not
cool at
cool
all.
at all. No, nah.
course,
Yeah.
we along with Tony Todd, we also lost James Earl Jones,
Yeah.
and I gotta admit,
Shit.
oh, that
I know.
Mhm.
That one
It
fucked me
still
up a little
stings.
bit. Yeah,
Yeah.
you know.
Gene Hackman.
And
Gene
Gene
Hackman.
Hackman and
Yeah. 95.
the mysterious, just
Yeah.
everything
Yeah.
around that, just like, yeah, just crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Like,
recently too, Angie Stone
Hmm.
in a
yeah,
car accident. In a car accident of all things.
Car
yeah.
accident. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Not natural
Jacqueline.
causes.
Yeah.
And Roy
And
Everything.
Ayers.
And
Roy
Roy Ayers,
Ayers.
yeah.
Roy
We
Yeah.
Ayers, yeah.
lost Dwayne from Tony,
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 Tony.
Tony. Yeah.
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 Just
Hmm.
what,
Mm,
last week?
Couple of
Like
days,
recently.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
recently
yeah.
from
Hmm.
cancer. And Michelle Trachtenberg from Buffy the
Right,
Vampire Slayer.
right,
Yeah.
right, right.
Yep.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But damn. Yeah.
and I know we're
Yeah.
forgetting
Ouch.
somebody because it's because
A whole
seriously
bunch.
these past few
It's a
weeks
big old long list. Yeah.
people have been dropping like
Hmm.
and that could be oh, Trump's president again. All right, you know what? I feel my body just giving out.
Like too
Mm.
Um,
soon. Yeah.
who knows? Um, and speaking of casualties, um, so Joyanne Reed's show is gone,
Yeah.
Yes.
and
That really sucks.
to me that is a big problem. Just
Yeah.
huge because that's
Agreed.
I mean obviously she's headed to podcast world.
Hmm.
She will probably have at least 10 more listeners than we do. Um, but
That's yeah.
uh,
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
If
It
she
should
plays her
be
if she plays her cards right.
Right, yeah,
should,
exactly.
That
should be
is
should be should be down there with Don Lemon.
that's
Right.
Oh
I mean,
yeah.
that might be like just another canary in the coal mine.
Mm, hmm.
Joy Reid. I
Mm.
mean, we had a couple of canaries in the coal mine screaming out that hey, shit is going wrong.
Hmm.
She's our latest. I think she's just the latest one now.
Yeah.
And motherfuckers ain't listening. Well, no, people are listening now.
Well,
It's
people are
just the
Hmm.
people
listening now.
it's
Yeah.
just the people who we elected to do something about it and the checks and balances ain't listening.
Mm.
That whole Al Green shit.
That Al Green thing. Oh my gosh.
Yes.
I gotta tell you, I gotta put that picture up too because I took down that photo of it's a shot they got of him holding up the cane
Hmm.
Mhm.
from the
Hmm.
back. It's a great. I want to put it next to the picture of Kamala Harris's niece looking up at her while she's speaking.
Oh.
Yeah.
Because it's one of those very powerful um pictures.
Hmm.
Hmm.
But the whole, the funny thing with Al Green is that when you hear the 10 that dissented and decided to shake their finger at him for
Yes.
not going along with the pity party.
The decorum.
Yeah, the pity, that's, I said it right. The pity
Hmm.
party. Um, we're now at a phase where I think I don't know what direction we need to go in at this point because it's obviously clear that this is a situation of the old guard refusing to step aside. And it's like the young guard are ready to they're ready to be like, fuck you and your feelings, and we need a wartime conciliere. We
Hmm.
don't we don't need, we don't need this, you know, kind of we're gonna stand by and watch everything burn and then run in because again, apparently maybe I need to go down to DC and hand everybody on the Democratic Party a copy of The Rise and Fall of the Third Reich because this is exactly how this crap
Hmm.
happened with
Right.
you playing laissez-faire, and then shit turns a corner to where you can't do anything.
Hmm.
Um, but I don't know. I mean, the what I'm grateful for, the people have gotten loud, much
Yeah.
louder than they were the first time.
Hmm.
Hmm.
The fuck around and found out crew is suddenly I don't want to say they're waking up because I honestly have always looked at it from this point of view. I've never believed that all of those people were racist. I always believed that they had it in their head that, okay, this guy's not a politician. So maybe that's what we need to do.
Mm.
Why you do it a second time, I don't know. I
Yeah.
don't know what part, what got you. I think no, no. Excuse me. I do know why. And I've said this before. You guys heard me say it about going at the people in their pocket and everything. But
Hmm.
again, this is the street light syndrome. It's not a problem till it
Mm.
affects you.
Mm.
Yeah.
And when
Yeah.
you're the person that went to the booth and put your vote in, and next thing you know, you're trying to figure out why ICE is stopping you to find out if you're an actual citizen, and you're like, wait, what? No, I
Yeah.
voted for you. Yeah, yeah, we don't care about that. You know,
Yeah.
now it's like I don't understand. You hear a lot of I didn't think it would. I didn't think this was going to happen to us.
Yeah.
Who's us? Because you must be talking about that small contingent group of your friends that you thought, because we all knew, we
Hmm.
saw it coming.
Hmm.
And I think at this point, a few things should happen. One, I'm going to use a Star Wars reference. Somebody has to go up and do no confidence in Hakeem Jeffries. Brothers from
Right.
Brooklyn. I've watched his career from the time he stood out here at the train station
Hmm.
at Eastern
Mm.
Parkway.
Mm.
It was trying
Oh,
to get his
wow.
political. Yeah, I remember
Mm.
those days where he was stomping the ground.
Yeah.
But but at this point, it's either you from New York, brother. Either either do something
Right.
or step aside and let somebody else do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Second, where the hell is the House Whip? Because the House Whip should have been whipping people in and been like, no, 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 no. If they're throwing him out, you all
Mhm.
walk out with him. If Al Green is being thrown out, every last one of you mofos should have got up and followed him out the door.
Hmm.
Agreed.
Nobody
Yeah.
should have been sitting there.
Hmm.
And bottom line, hey, heard you sided with the Republicans to censure Al. Yeah, we'll be primarying you out next year.
Right. Right.
Hmm.
So we've already begun the process of finding somebody else in your district, because
Hmm.
we don't do that to each other.
Yeah.
Okay. Um,
But that's been a problem since fucking what's her
that's
face
been a problem.
blew out Franken out of the water.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. Yeah.
was it
Yeah.
Kristen
Mansion.
Gillibrand?
Yes.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Yes. Kristen
Yes.
Gillibrand.
Yeah.
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 It's
Yeah.
like
You're right.
everybody's on the Democratic side. You're so busy that like trying to maintain moral high ground,
Mm.
and it's like, and who the hell is trying to maintain moral high ground now? Okay, the government is
Mm.
literally on fire.
Oof.
Okay, it's literally a baby with 104-degree fever that needs ice.
Mhm.
Okay, if we can't get if we can't get lockstep now,
Yeah.
Mhm.
it's never going to happen.
Yeah.
The fact that 10 Democrats, like Mark, you're absolutely right. This is
Yeah.
outrageous.
Yeah.
And even the reasoning for it, it's like, well, it's like we all agreed to do this one thing and he stepped out of line. So that's why, no. So he
No.
stepped out of line. You
Right.
know, I
Marjorie
will
Taylor
say,
Greene and Lauren Lobert didn't get kicked
first of
out of
all,
That
that
part.
anywhere.
chick,
That
that
part.
chick should have been removed for even wearing the campaign stuff. And
Hmm.
see, that's the thing that kills me. Because I tell you what really pissed me off. It wasn't even the fact that they threw him out. It was watching that smug look on the speaker's face
Mm-hmm.
when he threw him out.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
And then on top of that, that's a black man you throwing out. So you took
Hmm.
extra pride
Yeah.
in throwing that man out. Meanwhile,
Yeah.
the
Hmm.
circus on the other side, y'all ain't thrown not a single, like the
No.
whole time. Even when who I can't even think of a time they threw. threw anybody out on the other side of the room for breaking decorum.
I don't think it's ever happened.
No.
I mean,
And
there's probably something that happened back in the Teddy
Right.
Roosevelt days, but I mean,
Right.
but
Right.
but
I
at the
forget
end of the
Bobert.
day,
Bobert or
no,
something at that point. Not even
I will
Bobert.
say this. If the Democrats did do anything,
mm,
I'm not jumping parties because that's like trying to leave your baseball team when they're down. But I will say this, y'all have earned your mascot.
mm,
Y'all
Yeah.
are a bunch of
mm.
jackasses if you're gonna keep sitting there and letting, I mean, at least I was hoping Al would like knock somebody hell out with that cane on his way out the door. That shit would have gave me a ton of satisfaction. Throw him out. Blah! It's like,
Pop,
I
pop,
mean,
pop.
Yeah,
you remember
but
your boy? You remember your boy who did the 400-meter hurdle over that desk to go after that
oh
judge?
shit.
That
Yes.
should have
Yeah.
been
Yeah. Yep.
that should have been Al. Ah, I mean, Al ain't
Yeah,
flexible like
yeah,
that no more.
no, come on. Like,
No, no, but that would
yeah.
have been hilarious.
Al can't green like that no more.
No.
He ain't got it in him no more. That's not the same.
But
Talk
I will
about,
give Al, I give Al a lot of credit because he went right outside and went straight to the press and was
Yeah.
like,
of
"Let me
course.
tell y'all something. Let me tell y'all something." And they were like, "Well, how you feel about getting kicked out?" I feel good. I feel real good. Anyway, he was just like, he's like, "Fine, y'all throw me out, throw me out.
And
What the hell I can?"
I for one am glad that a man actually did something because lately it's just been Jasmine Crockett and AOC.
Yeah.
I mean, if we being honest,
No, it
as far
has.
as who's actually saying some shit,
Mhm.
and it's like, come on, it's like where and to your thing, and I like Hakeem Jeffries too,
Yeah.
I do,
Yeah.
but you know,
Come on, brother, do something.
Yeah.
Right.
and there's other cats out there like Cory Booker.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Like I feel like if an Instagram influencer catches him in the hallway, yeah, he'll say some shit. But it's like,
That's true.
that's like an Instagram influencer catching one of us.
Right.
At the end of the day, it don't amount to a hill of beans. It's not even a matter of bringing a knife to a gunfight. It's like you bringing a tuna casserole to a gunfight. It's like
I was about to say, keep on going, Rick. That plane about to get it doesn't amount to a hill of beans.
It'll be.
a hill of beans. Oh Lord.
I mean,
I,
and go
it just
ahead,
feels
Gert.
it just feels that at this point it's kind of like who's in whose pocket at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
you're gonna go up on camera in front of the press and say we can't do nothing about it. They got the House, they got the Senate. We can't do. Once you can't. I mean, like that pissed me off. Because I'm not. I ain't into sports really. You know that. But for fuck's sake, man, not even any fire to just keep fucking going. Like John Cougar Mellencamp type shit. I fought the law and the law won, but I still fought. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? I'm still gonna fight.
Yeah.
They got me left to right, dead eye and everything. But
Mhm.
Mm-mm.
I ain't gonna go down without no blood on my collar.
Blaze of
No.
glory. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Just do something.
Mhm.
Any fucking thing. But to come out like we can't do
Yeah.
nothing. We can't do
Yeah.
that was very
And
demoralizing. And I can't help but feel that whoever 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 got him in the pockets got a couple of other Democrats in the pockets.
Mhm.
mhm.
And they're just, we can't let this happen, blah blah blah. Or, we'll make the promises like, don't worry, next year, because you pulled the corporate line for us on this side, we'll do something cool for you when you retire or some shit like that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mm.
I mean,
But
because this does not make sense.
but you like to think that people understand that at some point, if Trump is allowed to continue down this road, then there's nothing left. And
There's
That's scary.
I don't think there's not nothing left. What I think though is that there's something a social change, a great social upheaval kind of change going on
mhm,
Hmm.
that we're actually not made privy to. Like those insiders, they know the companies know what's going on,
mhm,
right? The fact
mhm.
that, motherfuckers actually allowed this nigga to talk about tariffs
Yeah.
and nobody understands. And it's kind of like the people who are yelling the most don't understand that tariffs ain't what we want to be doing.
Right.
It's kind of like because I just realized because I did had to do some research to say, all right, why is everybody doing blah blah blah, and it's kind of like a prediction type shit. If if I'm selling if I'm importing your shirts, Denise,
Hmm.
and he raises a tariff on it,
Hmm.
I'm paying for that import,
Yeah.
Mhm.
right?
Right.
And I have to charge my customers extra to cover the import of your shirts of your
Right.
product,
Right.
right? So this is why everybody else is making it because they're suspecting that because the tariffs are so high, I'm not going to go to you no more. I'm gonna go to either
Hmm.
Steve or
Right.
Mark. That's why the countries are like, up in arms about the ideas of tariffs.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I find that to be a long shot kind of situation because if niggas are making shirts in China, they're not making shirts in Romania like that.
Right.
There's no
Right.
really there's that not so many places that are manufacturing certain goods,
Yeah.
right? If I can only get kiwi from this particular place, I can't go to another place to get kiwi,
Right.
right? And this is the thing
Canada,
that's going on. Canada is our
they're getting
largest,
rid of all of the California
right?
wines.
That
So
shit
Yeah,
is
they're our largest. You know what they import to us? Wood.
would,
They're the largest importer of wood to America.
yeah.
and
Which it's not
electricity.
like they're gonna right. It's not like they're gonna stop getting. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they're gonna keep getting from.
Hmm.
So the tariffs ain't gonna do shit. It's
Yeah.
Exactly.
crazy.
Hey, we only have a few
Welcome to Beef
minutes.
One Minute.
Exactly. We only have a few minutes left. And one thing that also happened in our absence, and I want to get this in before the next 2 minutes. Mark Abbott, you released a whole damn book. Um, and we should plug that. We should plug that real quick, Mark. So by all means, the floor is yours.
Hey. So this is Sinister Ascension. It came out in December. It is my latest novel from Mocha Memoirs Press. The story deals with a young lady who finds out that she is from a line of mediums, but her abilities are not actually working yet. And that is until she runs into a vampire on her college campus and things get really interesting. So it's out now. You can get it through my website. You can go through Mocha Memoirs Press. In fact, I insist that you go to Mocha Memoirs Press and get it directly from the publisher, Black owned and operated. Sister puts out a lot of great quality work. So check it out if you get a chance.
Nice.
Perfectly put.
Hmm.
All right, folks, listen. It's our first episode back in a while, and I'm really happy that we did this. I think, um, we missed this. I mean, obviously, we socialize with each other, folks. I mean, you know,
Yeah.
we do talk to each other outside of all that, and it's actually probably a good thing because there's a couple of things you guys would really like question us as people if you actually overheard.
Get it.
Okay, not you, Mark. You're obviously, Mr. Pillar of Society,
Right.
role model, and all
His
that.
wife won't let him in the streets. His
And then
wife will
there's
not let him
that.
in
That's
the
a fact.
streets.
That's a
Um,
fact.
and then there's that. But we hope that you enjoyed this like you have enjoyed all the other stuff that we've done over the years, and we hope you will continue to support, hang out with us, because we're gonna get back into the swing of things, and
Hmm.
we're gonna be doing what we do. A little horror, a little sci-fi, a
Hmm.
lot of power to the people. And that's us for tonight. Thank you for listening. Thank you for joining us. Um, we're out of here. We love you, and we mean that.
Peace, peace.